What happens when the internet decides you're the villain, sends you death threats, and then watches you show up to one of the biggest nights in Hollywood and completely prove them wrong with a single moment that goes viral for all the right reasons? That's exactly what happened to Olandria Carin, and the way she handled it have people calling her the People's Princess. If you followed Love Island USA Season 7, if you saw the hate she got online, if you remember the George Floyd meme situation, you know this story is about way more than just a red carpet moment. And if you want to see how grace under pressure can completely flip a narrative, you're going to want to stick around, because what happened at the 2026 Golden Globes changed everything. Let me take you back to summer 2025 when Olandria first appeared on Love Island USA. She walked into the Love Island USA villa on her 27th birthday, May 29, 2025, and nobody knew what was coming. This wasn't some influencer chasing fame. Olandria had a whole career already established, working as a sales professional at Otis Elevator Company in Houston, Texas. She graduated from Tuskegee University, an HBCU, with a degree in logistics and supply chain management. The girl from Decatur, Alabama, who people called Bama Barbie, was a first-generation college graduate who had her life together before reality TV even entered the picture. She coupled up with Nick Vandenberg, and their relationship quickly became one of the fan favorites of the season. Nick Olandria, as fans started calling them, made it all the way to the finale on July 13, 2025, finishing as runners-up. Everything seemed perfect. The show was a hit, the couple was beloved, and Olandria's future looked bright. But then everything changed because of one challenge that happened during the season. The challenge was called Standing on Business, and it gave Islanders the chance to call each other out. Olandria and Shelly Basin confronted another contestant named Huda Mustafa about allegedly going too far with Shelly's partner, Ace Green, during the heart rate challenge. If you watched those episodes, you saw exactly what happened. Olandria and Shelly stayed calm. There was no screaming, no throwing things, no drama beyond a straightforward conversation about boundaries. But the reaction from viewers was immediate and brutal. Both Olandria and Shelly, the only two black women in the original cast, got labeled as mean girls and bullies. The hate came fast and it came hard. Her Instagram followers started dropping, the comment sections turned vicious, and then something happened that crossed every possible line. Someone created a meme putting Olandria's face on George Floyd's body and Huda Mustafa's face on Derek Chauvin's. Let that sink in for a second. A reality TV show about finding love, and someone thought it was acceptable to reference a black man's murder by police as a joke. The trauma of seeing your own face photoshopped onto George Floyd's body is something most people can't even begin to comprehend. The situation escalated beyond internet trolling. Olandria and her family started receiving death threats, actual death threats, over a reality television show. In a Variety interview published on July 17, 2025, Olandria opened up about what she was experiencing. She said, "It's difficult, I'm not going to lie. I heard there was even a meme of me being George Floyd and Huda being an officer. That's a very touchy topic for the black community. It's disgusting, to say the least. I don't understand how you take a love show and make such a comment like that. I was even getting death threats. My family was getting death threats." Your family getting death threats because of how you were edited on a reality TV show about finding love creates an emotional toll that's hard to put into words. But here's what makes Olandria different. She didn't back down. When the Love Island reunion aired on August 25, 2025, she confronted Huda directly about the racist harassment that had come from Huda's fan base. Her exact words were, "Your face was not plastered on George Floyd's body. Mine was, and I told you that. It was that bad. That hurts." She criticized Huda for not publicly addressing the racist harassment, and honestly, she had every right to demand that accountability. Shelly told Teen Vogue in August 2025, "We knew who we were in that villa. We know how much we showed up for every single person on that island, how well everyone spoke of us. So for us to come out of the villa and see that we're mean girls, we're like, mean girls where?" Olandria added her own perspective on seeing fellow islanders playing into that narrative after leaving the villa. She said, "It's like you knew us. Why would you get out and let social media get to your head?" If you're watching this and thinking about how exhausting it must be to constantly defend yourself against a narrative that was never true in the first place, go ahead and hit that like button, because we're about to get into how Olandria turned this entire situation around. On the Go Off Sis podcast on July 22, 2025, Olandria talked about something so many black women experience, especially dark-skinned black women in public spaces. She explained, "I truly feel like me and Shelley have to tone down a lot to not cross over that boundary, because a person that looks the opposite of us, as soon as they get emotional, it's like, oh, we're going to cater to this person. Like, bro, what about us?" Being a black woman in public spaces means you're held to a different standard, where you have to be twice as calm, twice as composed, twice as careful, and even then you still get labeled as aggressive or difficult. Extra TV interviewed her on November 4, 2025, and Olandria revealed where this composure actually comes from. She said, "Even when I was younger, I always had way more to lose than people that I was kind of getting into it with. I had scholarships, I had awards, and I have all these things, so I couldn't really act out the way I wanted to because I had way more to lose than they did. So it kind of started at an early age." She's been training herself to remain composed under pressure since childhood because she understood the stakes were always higher for her than others around her. Instead of letting the negativity destroy her, Olandria started building something bigger. On August 11, 2025, she signed with Digital Brand Architects, a talent management firm, and got representation from styling duo Matthew and Reginald Reisman. Her career started taking shape fast. The Olandria Lip Kit launched with NYX Cosmetics in August 2025 and sold out in minutes, not hours, actual minutes. That set the tone for everything that followed. Her partnership list grew to include brands like Kulani Kinis, Aloe, Sweetgreen, Amazon, Hyundai, Microsoft, Vaseline, Shea Moisture, EOS, Raising Cane's, DoorDash, Shark Beauty, Uber, and Liquid IV. She appeared in UGG's 2025 Fluff Mama global campaign and the Reebok Angel Reese 1 campaign. September 12, 2025 brought her runway debut at Sergio Hudson's Spring 2026 show during New York Fashion Week. She also attended shows for Off-White, Alexander Wang, and Theopilio, while gracing the covers of Harper's Bazaar Vietnam and Glamour magazine. The 2025 MTV Video Music Awards saw Vogue name her one of the best beauty looks of the night. When the CFDA Fashion Awards came around on November 3, 2025, she wore custom Brandon Blackwood that Marie Claire declared one of the best looks of the entire event. November 4, 2025 became a double-header when she attended the Glamour Women of the Year Awards in a Christian Siriano silk taffeta gown, and that same night she received the Ebony People's Choice Award at the Ebony Power 100 Gala for being an influencer on their way to icon status. The Root 100 named her on November 8, 2025, to their list of the most influential black leaders. Cosmopolitan's class of 2025 included her on October 20, 2025. Ad Age praised her as one of the top 5 breakout creators of 2025 for taking a deliberate approach to transforming momentary fame into a sustainable personal brand. All of this happened within 6 months of leaving the Love Island villa. 6 months from mean girl accusations to fashion icon, from mean girl accusations to people's princess. The Extra TV interview revealed Olandria's approach when she explained, "I took a different route. I didn't really go into the whole content creating thing. Not saying that it's bad, but it's just not me. I didn't want to be stuck in one box." She was intentional and strategic, understanding that the mean girl narrative was trying to put her in a box she had no intention of staying inside. And if you're enjoying this breakdown of how Olandria strategically built her career while dealing with hate, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, because we cover all the celebrity drama and comeback stories you won't find anywhere else. January 2026 brought what would become one of the biggest moments of her career so far, as Olandria prepared for the Golden Globes. Golden Eve came first on January 6, 2026, a pre-Golden Globes event honoring Helen Mirren and Sarah Jessica Parker. She wore a Stephanie Jana gown with green embroidery that generated about 30 posts and over 17,000 engagement as people used the hashtag #OlandriaXGoldenHour. The Golden Hour dinner at Nobu followed on January 9, 2026, and generated about 56 posts with over 30,000 total engagements as people used the hashtag #OlandriaXGoldenHour. Anticipation kept building for what she would wear and how she would show up to the actual Golden Globes. January 11, 2026 arrived with the 83rd Annual Golden Globes at the Beverly Hilton in Beverly Hills, California. Olandria showed up in an emerald green silk corseted gown by Christian Siriano featuring a trumpet silhouette with a dramatic flared skirt and a boned bodice with a layered neckline. She accessorized with diamonds from A.J. Jeffy earrings